The last one that I want to talk about on this is Kansas. So I'm a little underwhelmed by what Bill Self has done in the portal and building a team around Darren Peterson. Getting Flory Badunga back is big, but you would think if you had Flory and Darren Peterson, you want to surround them with nothing but like flamethrowers, right? Similar to what Duke did last year with Cooper Flagg and Kama Malawak and kind of the way that they built that roster. And Melvin Council's like a good kind of secondary piece, and Trey White is fine, and he made some more threes than maybe people thought last year. Maybe people realized. And Jaden Dawson is a guy that can knock them down at a good rate. So that was a good pickup. But beyond that, like it feels like they didn't do enough to build a team around that core to have a chance to be able to compete for a Big 12 championship where Texas A&M looks awesome and is doing what Kansas probably should have been doing, right? And Houston is always going to be loaded. And you have other teams in that. BYU was spending boatloads of money. So I'm a little underwhelmed with what Kansas has done. Now, there's been a little bit of smoke recently with Darren Williams and where he's going to go. There's been a rumor popping up that Kansas is going to be involved. I know that you have a little bit of info on that, so I don't know if that's something that might change my perspective, but where do you stand on Kansas and what they've done in Bill Self's offseason?
Well, you know what I said a year ago leaving Rock Hill, and I said I think Darren Peterson is the best player in America. I think he's the guy that if you're going to give me one of these freshmen to build my team around to win games in college, it's going to be Darren Peterson because he can play the one, he can play the two, he guards, he comes to play every game. He's just got this dog mentality that I think, again, he's going to be awesome. But I am with you. I'm a little bit underwhelmed right now with the roster because they don't have enough shooters. They're going to get another shooter. Like, that's a priority, is for Bill Self and his staff to try to add a dead-eye shooter here. But, yes, you're right. Like, Darren Williams, they're in the mix for the Texas Tech transfer. However, from what I've been told from the start, and I don't think it's changed, is he's going to go through the draft process here. You know, the hope is from his camp that he's going to be drafted and he's not coming back to college. And, you know, Kansas, they'll be involved. A couple other teams I'm told like will be involved or are involved now are Ohio State and NC State. But Kansas absolutely is involved in the Darren Williams, you know, deal if he chooses to withdraw from the draft. But again, we're talking about the combine is what? It's like 3 weeks away now, right? About 3 weeks away. So you got to wait. And again, as we said with Georgetown and Sorber, you wait for Darren Williams. What do you have left? I think it's almost more important right now. If I'm Kansas, I'm going out and getting that shooter. Now, you know, Andrei Stojakovic would be somebody that, you know, I think Kansas would love to get, but the price tag is hefty on him right now. He visited Illinois, and, you know, Carolina could be involved in him too. And if Carolina gets him, does that change your whole deal, or do they still just not have the point guard?
I'm still worried. Yeah, I'm still worried about their point guard situation. Now, just to circle back on the Carolina thing, if they are saying that we believe that Seth Trimble is the guy, then I will backtrack on that. So that's the one caveat, is if they are betting on Seth Trimble being their guy and being their point guard, and being a guy that can kind of carry. I loved Seth Trimble in high school. I loved him at EYBL.